Dear students, I am Professor Prakash Rao. This is my 19th video under the subject Indian Accounting Standard. Ind AS 40 investment property as part 2 is covered in this video. I suggest you to look into the earlier part, that is Ind AS 40 investment property part 1, because in that video I have covered Ind AS 40 guidelines with reference to investment property, and also I have covered few illustrations there. Let me cover few more illustrations in this video. Question number 6. X Limited purchased a building for rupees 30 lakh on 1st May 2019. The purchase price was funded by a loan. Property transfer taxes and direct legal costs rupees 1 lakh and 20,000 respectively were incurred in acquiring the building. In 1920, X Limited redeveloped the building into retail shops for rent under operating leases to independent third parties. It is given that the property is meant for rental income, and hence it should be classified under investment property. And as per the guidelines given under Ind AS 40, interest expenses should be excluded and all direct attributable expenses should be added to the purchase cost. So the purchase cost of the building is 30 lakh, and there is additional expense of 1 lakh and 20,000, and planning permission expense 2 lakh, construction cost 7 lakh including 40,000 refundable purchase taxes. The redevelopment was completed and the retail shops were ready for rental on 2nd September 19. What is the cost of building at initial recognition? Now, the cost of purchased investment property comprises its purchase price and any direct attributable expenditure. So, the cost of the building is 30 lakh the purchase price, 1 lakh plus 20,000 that is direct taxes and direct transfer taxes. So, 1 lakh and 20,000 is added, 2 lakh planning permission expense, 7 lakh redevelopment expenditure, minus 40,000 refundable purchase tax. So, that is deducted. So, the total cost is 30 lakh 80,000 is the carrying amount of investment property here. Question number 7. X Limited purchased a land worth rupees 1 crore. It has an option either to pay full amount at the time of purchase or pay it over 2 years for a total cost of rupees 1 crore 20 lakh. That means for deferred payment 20 lakh interest announcement is there. This should be cost of building under the payment methods. So what should be the cost that we have to consider? Using either method, the cost will be 1 crore only, because under Ind AS 40 investment property, interest cost will not become the part of the cost. So if the second payment option is used, 20 lakh should be considered as interest expense, and that should be considered over a period of 2 years. So under both the methods, the cost of the property will remain 1 crore. Question number 8. X Limited has an investment property, that is building, which is carried in the balance sheet on 31st March 2019 at rupees 15 lakh. During the year, X Limited has stopped letting out the building and used it as its office premises. Till now, the property is investment property. The concern stops letting out and wants to use it for office premises. On 31st March 19, management estimates the recoverable amount of the building as rupees 10 lakh and the remaining useful life is 20 years. So residual value is nil. Hence the carrying amount of the building at the initial stage when the transfer from investment property to owner-occupied property under Ind AS 16 property, plant and equipment is 15 lakh only. But when the transfer took place, the management estimates the value of the building as 10 lakh only, that is recoverable value. So 5 lakh should be treated as impairment loss. How should X Limited account for the above investment as on 31st March 19? At 31st March 19, X Limited must transfer the property from investment property to property, plant and equipment under Ind AS 16. Since there is change in use of said building, the transfer should be made as its carrying amount, that is 15 lakh. Since recoverable amount of the property on 31st March 19 is 10 lakh only, impairment loss should be recognized as 5 lakh. It should be recognized in the profit and loss account. The entity must disclose the reclassification, that is, there is a transfer from investment property to plant, property and equipment. From 1st April 19, X Limited will depreciate the building over its remaining life of 20 years. That is, this 10 lakh should be spread over in the form of depreciation for 20 years. Question number 9. In financial year 2019-20, X Limited incurred the following expenditure in acquiring property consisting of 6 identical houses, each with separate legal title, including land on which it is built. So there are 6 identical houses with separate legal titles. The expenditure incurred on various dates is given below. On April 1st, purchase cost of the property 1 crore 80 lakh. On the same day, non-refundable transfer taxes 20 lakh. It is not included in the purchase cost. On 2nd April, legal cost related to the property acquisition 5 lakh. On 6th April, advertisement campaign rupees 3 lakh. On 8th April, opening ceremony function for starting business 1 lakh 50,000. Throughout 1920, additional 1 lakh is incurred towards day-to-day repair, maintenance and other administrative expenses. X Limited uses one of the 6 houses for office and accommodation of its few staff. The other 5 houses are rented to various independent third parties. Out of 6 houses, 1 is used for office and accommodation. That means it should be considered under property, plant and equipment under Ind AS 16. The remaining 5 houses should be considered under investment property Ind AS 40, because it is given away on rental basis. How X will account for all the above mentioned expenses in the books of account? The cost of the property, first we should calculate. 1 crore 80 lakh is the purchase cost. 20 lakh and 5 lakh are the expenses given in the problem, that is non-refundable transfer taxes and legal cost rupees 5 lakh. Cost of the investment property therefore comes to 2 crore 5 lakh. Since 5 houses out of 6 are being rented, so 5 by 6 of the property cost will be accounted for as investment property and 1 by 6 of the property cost will be accounted for as owner occupied property. Cost of the investment property therefore is 2 crore 5 lakh into 5 by 6, that is 1 crore 70 lakh 83,333. Cost of owner occupied property in the same way is 2 crore 5 lakh minus the cost of investment property 1 crore 70 lakh 83,333, that gives 34 lakh 16,667. All other costs, that is advertisement expenses, ceremony expenses and repair and maintenance expenses, will be treated in the profit and loss account and expensed off as and when incurred. That means they are transferred to the profit and loss account in the year in which it is incurred. Acquisition of investment property and deferred payment. If the payment for investment property is deferred, its cost is the cash price equivalent. The difference between this amount and the total payments is recognized as interest expense over the period of credit. That means no interest cost element should be added to the property cost under investment property. Question number 10 is given with reference to these guidelines. X Limited acquired an investment property under defer payment plan. Down payment on the date of acquisition 50 lakh. After 6 months 1 crore 20 lakh is paid. After 1 year 5 crore is paid. The incremental borrowing rate of the company is 11%. What is the cost of investment property at the initial recognition? How should X Limited account for the difference? Here, at various stages the amounts are paid. Down payment is 50 lakh and after 6 months and after 1 year further cash is paid along with the interest content of 11%. Now we should find out the cost element and interest element in payments given after 6 months and 1 year. And after finding the interest element and cost element, we should pass journal entries, but for the values to record in the journal entries, we should have some working. In the year 0, that means initially down payment 5 crore is paid, and then 50 lakh is paid, and after 6 months 1 crore 20 lakh is paid, after 1 year 5 crore is paid. Because of the difference in the dates of payment, we have to calculate the present values. So the discount factor is considered at 11%. So initially down payment 50 lakh, that is discount factor is 1 only, and after 6 months the discount factor is taken as 0.9479. After 1 year the discount factor at 11% is taken as 0.9009. Multiplying the cash given with the discount factors gives these values. Total of these values gives 6 crore 14 lakh 19,453 as the total payments made for the building. Out of these, interest elements is also included, that we have calculated or shown as working here. On the initial stage, the total payment that is calculated is 6 crore 14 lakh 19,450, that is taken as opening balance. Out of that, 50 lakh is paid, that means the balance is 5 crore 64 lakh 19,453. After 6 months, the same balance is shown here. 1 crore 20 lakh is paid, so that should be deducted from this 5 crore 64 lakh 19,453, but interest at 11% on this closing balance is added. That makes the closing balance as 4 lakh 75,022 4 crore 75,000 4 crore 75 lakh and 22,523 as the closing balance. That is taken as the opening balance. At the end of the year, 5 crore is paid, so 4 crore 75 lakh 22,523, and the difference of between these two, that is 5 crore, is taken as the interest. Now this information is shown in this table. So initially, after paying 50 lakh, the balance payable remains as 5 crore 5 crore 64 lakh 19,453. Then after 6 months, the balance payable remains as 4 crore 75,022,523. There is a borrowing cost that is calculated here, that is interest element, and at the year end 5 crore is paid. The balance is shown as 44 crore 75 lakh 22,523. So the difference between 5 crore and this value here calculated here as interest cost, it is mentioned as borrowing cost, and at the end the difference between these two is shown as interest cost to 24 lakh 77,477. So this gives the split between the cost and interest element in the total payment, and that is considered in making the journal entries. Investment property, that is total amount payable 6 crore 14 lakh 19,453. Bank account, that is paid 50 lakh. Payable remains as liability 5 crore 64 lakh 19,453. Borrowing cost at the half year end is 31 lakh 3,070, that is interest cost, and payable, that is credited with that amount 31 lakh 3,070. Payable amount, that is 1 crore 20 lakh is paid, that is credited for payable account, and the bank account is credited for the payment. For the year end payment, 24 lakh 77,477 is the interest cost that is debited, and payable amount is credited with that amount. Payables totally made at the year end is 5 crore and bank account is credited with this amount. So this shows how the account is made, how the journal entries are passed through, and the illustrations contains the explanation regarding how the amounts are split between the payments is split between interest content and the cost content. Hope you have understood the illustration. Thank you.